Hey, fam. Sorry. I was trying to sneak and eat my last little bite of Triscuit real quick. But it caught me before I could get it. But, anywho, come on in. It is a few minutes after 8. So y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what that means. It is once again time for Self-Care Sundays. So go on and get comfortable. Invite some friends. Share this with them. Tell them to come hang out with us. And I'm just sharing on my other page. So, well, I thought I was. There we go. Announcements. 1, as always, don't forget to let me know that you are here and watching. So leave me a comment, even if you're watching on the replay, because your name will go into the drawing for our prize for this month, which I shared. Where'd it go? It was on my desk, but I done moved it somewhere and don't know where I put it. Oh, I see it. I put it across the room. It's these real cute little date night tickets. So they're going to be our prize for this month, so the winner can have them in time for Valentine's Day. But yeah, I'm giving out some really great prizes this year. I always do, just as a token of appreciation for you guys coming and hanging out with me on Sundays and letting me pour into you and share all the things that's on my heart and mind and whatever else God throws in there. Excuse me, other announcements. Ladies, well, let me do them in order. Pastors, ministry leaders in the Daytona Beach and Central Florida area, it is your turn to be poured into on February 28th. That's the last Saturday in February. I will be hosting Preventing Burnout Behind the Sacred Desk. That is a workshop for pastors and ministry leaders to help manage your mental health. So if you're watching and you know a pastor, leader, anybody who has a position in ministry that is serving, this is for them. This is for you. But especially the leaders, the pastors, the ministers, the evangelists, the musicians, the auxiliary leaders, everybody. Because one of the biggest reason that pastors and ministry leaders abandon their post is burnout. That's you overworked, you tired, you exhausted, you done too much for too long. And a lot of times that comes down to 1, you're not caring for yourself properly while you're serving others. 2, you're stretched too thin. 3, you may not be properly utilizing the help that you have. So this workshop is designed to help address all of those things, to help you create a plan for self-care, an emergency plan, to make sure that you're properly utilizing the folks who are in your ministry in their respective places, and that the work of ministry and the weight of that work is spread across your helpers, because no part of the body works alone. Every part needs the other parts to function properly. Nothing functions without the brain. It tells everything what to do. So, all the parts need each other. So come out. It's going to be here in person first. So February 28th is going to be in person. But if you're not in the area, don't worry, because I am going to offer it virtually also. I don't have a date for the virtual date yet. So if you have a pastor, ministry leader, anywhere across the country, globally, wherever that you feel could benefit from that, shoot them a message, put a bug in their ear. I did put up the event on Facebook. I accidentally created it under my regular page and not this one, and I wasn't going to go back and redo it. So it's over there under events. If you search for it, you'll find it. But I'll also be sharing the link. Hey, boo, hey. So you can come out If you are locally here, it's going to be at 128 Orange Avenue, where my therapy office is, in the Ripple Co-working building. So that's the last Saturday of December. Not December, I'm skipping. Of February. Something good must be happening that last Saturday of December. Do it, Lord. But the last Saturday of February from 10 a.m. to noon, or however long the Lord needs to do what he needs to do. But tentatively until noon. And it's free of charge. All you have to do is register to save your spot because seats are limited. I will be doing it again. So if by chance you want to register and the list is closed, you'll be put on the waiting list so I can notify you for the next date and you'll have first dibs for that one. Okay. So that's February. March. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We have Sacred Space, Conversations Your Mama Didn't Have. That is for the ladies. It is a 7-day virtual women's summit. I've been posting the flyers, the info, all that good stuff. I'm super excited about curating this space for ladies to get together and talk, to be safe, to discuss sensitive topics, to gain wisdom, knowledge, and insight, and to just get some things off our chest. It might be some stuff that we can't say in mixed company, or we can't say without feeling judged or unsafe. And fellas, I ain't forget about y'all. Y'all got some coming too. So you can have safe spaces, but this one's for the ladies. All right. Tickets are on sale for that. All the tickets and registration are at cjaquise.com, just like this page. This one is $35 for the whole summit, or if you don't want to come every night, which you should because it's going to bless you, you can do individual nights at $7 a piece. But I would advise you come for the whole thing because it's going to be great. There's some amazing people coming to lead the conversations, to share with us about all kind of topics. We're going to be talking about sensuality. We're going to be talking about grief and that feeling of having to be strong for everybody else. We're talking about rest and self-care. We're talking about parenting, and not just, oh, I got a baby, how cute. No, when you want to get them kids back and you like, F them kids. Somebody come get them. I don't want them no more. The real nitty-gritty of parenting. And all the things that come along with pregnancy, unexpected pregnancies. We're also going to talk about what it means to be single, successful, and childless. Because, you know, folks look at you strange if you get to a certain age and you're not married or you don't have kids. Oh, something wrong with you. Your parts don't work. Why didn't nobody want to marry you? Mind your business. Maybe I ain't want to marry them. But anyway, we're going to be talking about all that good stuff. So grab a lady, invite them, share the post with them. That event is up on Facebook as well. But again, all the tickets and registration is at cjaquise.com. I put it on Facebook because it makes it easier to share. Yeah, they both up. That one is under this page. So share. Invite folks to come out. Let them know that it's happening and encourage them to come. All right. So that's March. I don't have anything for April yet. It's coming. Hey, Nikki. May is our second annual mental health retreat, and this year's theme is Discovering Me. So if you missed it last year, you missed a treat. It was phenomenal. We had an amazing time. We had great workshops. Shout out to Janae for coming and teaching us all about mindfulness and having folks digging deep and ugly crying and all kind of things. We had breakthroughs. We had insight, wisdom, knowledge, all kind of good stuff. Last year's theme was letting go. This year, we're discovering me. So we're going to be talking about lots of good stuff. We got some good food coming because Classy Claus is coming back to cater for us. We got our own private pool and hot tub. So we're going to kick it. We got some games, some relaxation techniques, a time to really recharge and reset, but also to examine, who am I? Am I the person that I'm supposed to be, or am I what life has caused me to become? And whichever space you in, we're going to help you get to where you need to be and where you're supposed to be. So come join us. I have 6 spots left. They are $275. If you want to reserve a spot, you can pay a $50 deposit to hold your spot. That is non-refundable, but it is transferable. And then you have until April 15th to pay off the balance if you need to make payments. So if you want to come, shoot me a message, inbox me, and I can send you the registration invoice and all that to hold your spot. If you know a lady who wants to come or may benefit but can't afford it, shoot me a message, because that's what the tickets from Sacred Space are for. We want to sponsor somebody who may not be able to afford it but really needs this, okay? So we pouring out, we giving back, all the things, okay? So I think that is it announcement-wise at the moment. Listen, I've been trying to get everything updated and put up, so if it's not, it'll be up pretty soon. Anytime you're trying to figure out what I got going on, what Steve Jaquise Enterprises is doing, go over to my website, because I do update the calendar and events over there. I may not always remember it on Facebook or here, but I do try to keep that up to date for booking purposes and all that. Speaking of, if you need me to come, talk to your group, do a mental health workshop, anything mental health related, education, advocacy, burnout, self-care, any of that, I'm available. Have suitcases, will travel. So if you need somebody to come talk to your group, your business, your church, whatever, shoot me a message. I promise y'all I'm not real expensive, because I do this because it's ministry and because it's what I love to do and I'm passionate about it. And yes, the price is the price and I want to get paid what I'm worth, but I also know that the Lord will supply. So don't think, oh, I can't afford you, because you can. Okay? But anyway, I think that's all the announcements. Whatever else is happening, I'll let y'all know soon. Oh, the other thing, Self-Care Sundays, previous weeks, they are up on YouTube. So if you've missed any that have been taken down, or if you just want to watch it or whatever, you can see them on YouTube. And I'm going to start adding the announcements to the end of the little video, so they'll all be there as well. All right. Now I'm done with announcements. So let's chat. I wanted to talk to y'all tonight about something that's a little different than like the usual pillars of well-being and all of that, because I think it kind of encompasses all of them. Today I had a day where I felt like myself for the first time in a long time. And I know you probably like, what? But I don't know about y'all, but 2025 kind of kicked my butt a little bit. Well, more than a little bit, a whole lot. It was kicking like a ninja. And dealing with grief and losing my mom and finding my new normal and figuring out how to do this thing without her was different. It still is different. Some days I'm fine, some days I'm not. But I keep going because I know that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I got to do. I ain't really got no choice in the matter. But that doesn't deter from the fact that sometimes we go through things that cause us not to feel like ourselves. That sometimes you feel like I'm here, I'm showing up, but I'm really not here. Like part of me is here, but part of me ain't. Part of me is just kind of going through the motions. I feel like some of me, but not the me that I'm used to, if that makes sense. So I just want to encourage somebody tonight, if you haven't been feeling like you because of life, because of being beat up, because of trying to get your bearings back from all that was dealt to you in 2025, it's okay. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not feel like yourself. Just don't stay there. One of the things that helps me is creating, is planning, is organizing, is doing things. But there was even a season where I couldn't do that. I remember I met a lady at an event. I went to an event up in Flagler that was trying to connect social services agencies with therapists and mental health providers. Hey, Linda, hope you feel better. And they were talking about a lot of different things. And I met a lady, I think she was from the 4-H extension or something, and she was doing nutrition classes and whatever. And it's something that my pastor had mentioned wanting to have at the church. So I got the lady's contact information to take back. And when I talked to her, I said, hey, I met a lady at this event that does the nutrition classes that you said you've been wanting, and da 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 da. And she was like, okay, get with Kenitha and see if we can use the fellowship hall or whatever, or maybe y'all can plan a big event. And I was like, no. I said, I don't have the capacity to plan a big event right now. Like I'm barely holding me together. I was like, I'm sharing the information. I can't do nothing with that for you right now because I just wasn't in the place to do it. And I was honest about that. I'm always going to be honest about where I am because I learned a while ago not to just say yes because I can, because I'm able to do something. Because sometimes, yes, I have the ability to do it, but do I have the capacity to do it and do it well or do it in a spirit of excellence? And that answer is not always. So if you're in that place today, if you're trying to get your life back together or just find your bearings, don't take on too many things. Give yourself grace and some space to recollect yourself. Give yourself time to iron things out and to be in a better place mentally and emotionally if you need to. There's nothing wrong with saying, no, I can't do that right now. I can't hold that right now. I can't carry anything else. I was in the car yesterday and I was listening to the radio and Erykah Badu came on, Bag Lady. And I was just listening to the words and I was like, yep. Yep. She right. You right, Erykah. I be talking back to the radio. I don't know about y'all. But I was like, because she was like, paper bag lady, Ziploc bag. She was naming all the different kind of bags. And I thought about all of the things that I carried in those different types of bags. And I was like, how many bags do we walk around carrying without even thinking about it? Or thinking about how heavy some of these bags are that we carry when they're not even our stuff that's in the bags. Because we carry in other people's burdens, other people's problems, other people's issues, other people's insecurities, whatever. Things that have been projected onto us, things that we've been forced to deal with, things that have been handed to us through bloodline and generational curses, things that other people have dropped off. We carrying around a whole lot of stuff sometimes and don't even realize it until the right set of circumstances come along to trigger us to make us look at it and say, oh, I didn't even realize that was an issue. I didn't even realize I was carrying that. Yesterday, I had the pleasure of going to an event. Hey, Angela, in the park in Deltona. And if you follow me on TikTok, you can see the video. It was a release party. It was called Let It All Go. And we got to go and the park was beautiful. There's a big lake, the trees with the moss is gorgeous, peaceful, serene. So we got to take a plate and a marker and write everything that we wanted to let go of on that plate. And then after everybody finished writing, the host asked if anybody wanted to share. And so different people went around and shared some of the things they've been carrying and the number of things that were similar on the women's plates. I wasn't shocked because I'm a therapist. I see it every day in therapy. But just to see this collective group of women from so many different age groups, walks of life, socioeconomic statuses, ethnic and racial backgrounds, a diverse group of women, mothers, daughters, single ladies, married ladies, everything, carrying a lot of the same baggage and weight, dealing with grief, dealing with a sick loved one, dealing with aging parents or parents passing away, dealing with insecurities, dealing with trauma from past relationships, so many things that we carry, but don't take the time to be intentional about letting go of. I can only imagine what those plates would look like if it was a group of men and the things that they carry, because their weight is a whole different ball game. And I'm sure some of the things would be similar for them as well. But they don't have safe spaces to do those kinds of things and talk about it. But I hope that more of them will start to participate and that more things will be offered for them to have the opportunity to do those kinds of things too. I sat at that event and ended up sitting in the chair, face wet as the ocean, when the lady started talking about grief and losing one parent and how that impacted her and caused her to have anxiety about losing the other one, because I didn't realize that that was an issue for me before my mom passed until she said it. And I thought about all the years that I worried and my mama worried, because she would tell me, I worry about who's going to take care of you when I leave. I worry about who you going to have when I'm gone from here, because your daddy's gone, your granny's gone, so-and-so's gone. But you don't think about these things sometimes until somebody else sheds light on it, or again, until the right set of circumstances triggers you, and now that bag is opened up and you got to deal with the contents of it. So I am being more intentional this year about letting things go, about not carrying so much weight. And I told them, I said, one of the things that I'm tired of carrying is heaviness, because a lot of times it's not mine, it's other people's, because I'm an intercessor and I feel other people's emotions, other people's heaviness, other people's stuff. So sometimes if you get a random call from me in the middle of the night or a random text or whatever, it's because the Lord done dropped you in my spirit and I'm checking on you. It might be 2:00 in the morning. It might be 7:15. It might be 4:30 in the afternoon. Who knows? But just know, sometimes he done dropped you in there for me to check on you, or for me to, just love on you for a minute, give you a word of encouragement or whatever. Hold on. I think I'm running out of juice. Get plugged up. All right. Yeah, it was about to die. Oops, sorry y'all. But we got juice now. We plugged in, so we should be good. But, I thought about all of the things that people struggle with silently and don't ever really mention or say anything about, because I don't want to be a burden to nobody else. Everybody's going through their own stuff. I don't want to worry nobody with my issues or my problems. But guess what? We weren't functioned to do things alone. We weren't fashioned that way. We weren't made to be islands. Nothing in our bodies works by itself. And everything is more than one. It's more than one strand of hair that covers our head. We got 2 eyes. We got 2 nostrils. We got 1 mouth, but it's 2 lips, 2 sets of teeth, 2 hands, multiple fingers, 2 arms, 2 legs. It's always more than one. God is so intentional about his design of everything that it just reminds me that we're not supposed to do this thing alone. We need each other. We need other people to connect with, to share similar experience, to hear each other's testimonies and stories of how you made it through, how you overcame, how you, how you did what you needed to do. How did you get through that? How are you making it? I remember my friend Janelle, her mom got sick not too long ago and went into the hospital. And I called to check on her when I saw the post and her request for prayer. And the first thing she said was, Shasha, I don't know how you do it. She said, I don't even know how you function in the way you are right now. She said, just the thought of my mama not being here, I'm losing it. And she was like, and you hold it together, you You so calm and you out here doing stuff and showing up. And I was like, honey, it ain't me. Because me can't do it by myself. I said, it is truly the Lord. I said, because I didn't know I had this kind of strength in me. You don't think about how you're going to be or act or whatever when you lose a parent, because nobody wants to think about that. But you also don't know until you're in those shoes and in those spaces. And it's not just a parent. It could be any major life transition or change that causes you to have to create a new normal. One of my friends just lost her spouse this week. That friend that I just mentioned, her mother transitioned shortly before Christmas. So we're all fighting things silently, but that's how the enemy wins, is when we stay silent, when we're not honest and open about what we're battling, because nobody knows we need help, because we walk around and pretend like we're fine and we're okay when deep down we're not. And people ask you, how you doing? Oh, I'm fine. I'm good. And I'm the person that'll ask you, okay, how you really doing? Yeah, I hear you saying you fine, but how are you really? How you feeling? What you thinking about? I'm going to ask you some more questions, not just how you doing. And you tell me, I'm good. Because 9 times out of 10, when I call you and ask you, I already know that you're not. I might not know what's wrong, but I know something is wrong. If I ever ask you how you really doing, just know that I know something ain't right. Just go on and tell me so we can carry on with the conversation. But I don't lie about where I'm at. If I'm not having a good day, I'll tell you it's a rough day today. It ain't the best day. I'm having a hard time. You know, for the most part, I've been really good. I've shocked myself. I'm like, okay, God, I see what you're doing. But, you know, he knows who you need and when you need them. So the people that he places in your life, they come for a purpose. They come when you need them to come. Sometimes we have a hard time letting go of relationships. And when people come into and out of our lives, don't be upset, because some of those people were only there for a season or a very specific reason. That's why social self-care is important. It's important that you connect with other people and that you stay connected when you're supposed to, and that you cut them ties when you're supposed to. Because sometimes you can stay in a place or a situation longer than you should and it cause damage instead of helping. We got to have discernment and listen. We got to seek answers and pray and talk to God about, okay, who is this? Who this? What you want me to do with them, God? What they here for? Who sent them? That's the question I'm asking. And who sent you? The last time I asked that question, I don't think I waited for an answer. Because if I had, I probably I probably wouldn't have been there at all. Truth be told. But I'm gonna leave that alone. So if you know, you know. Because I asked that question multiple times. How did you get here? Whew, I done got myself choked up. But sometimes you gotta ask those questions. Who sent you? They may not be able to tell you, but that man upstairs will tell you exactly who sent them. If you watch and you pay attention, you might get an inkling of who sent them. If they lie all the time, their daddy sent them. You ugly, you your daddy's child. When they lie like they breathe, you know who sent them. If they can't tell the truth to save their own life, you know who sent them. If they lie so good, they just started believing their own lies. You know who sent them. Hey, but listen, even in that, they can't get close to you unless God allows it. So then you ask, what's the purpose? Why they here? God, what you want me to do with them? Why are they here? What am I supposed to deposit something in them, or are they supposed to deposit something to me? They here to teach me a lesson. How long they supposed to be here, Lord? How close are they supposed to get? Sometimes we don't get the answers we need because we're not asking enough questions or the right questions. I got a let me see, I don't know where it's at. I think it's over here on this shelf somewhere. But I got a I have to show it to y'all another day. I was in the Christian bookstore, and when I was doing singles ministry, I found this little pamphlet thing for Christian dating, and it has like over 100 questions that you should know the answers to when you're dating someone. I'll put that in the share folder in case anybody need it. I'll put it in the Self-Care Sundays folder for y'all, because there's good questions in there. It asks about their family, their background, their faith, their practices, their work ethic. It asks all the questions. Okay, somebody's mama, daddy, grandparents, aunties, all the ancestors got together and came up with this list of questions because they want to vet them right and make sure you good. Hey, Candy Corn. But I was like, yeah, I'm finna ask these questions this time. I'm gonna make sure I ask the right questions. I be asking the right questions because y'all know I'm a detective and I want to know, I'm gonna find out. But it's always some questions that you don't think of on your own. So I got my little sheet. I be working them in. I'll randomly throw out a question. You may think it don't have no relevance, but sometimes you ask questions that give you insight into the person, into their thought process, into their day-to-day. And it'll tell you a lot about them, how they think, how they process, all that. That's how my current boo won me over. He was asking good questions. I said, okay, he got a little brain on him. He's smart. I like that. He holding my interest and attention. But I was still giving him the side eye. But ask good questions. Ask a lot of questions. And this ain't just for dating. Anything that you're about to get into, any decisions that you have to make, ask questions. Don't just let people fast talk you into doing a bunch of stuff without asking questions, especially about that stuff to be in the fine print. Don't connect yourself to something without knowing all the details. Don't connect yourself to somebody without knowing the things you need to know. Ask, if it's business, ask them questions about their money, about how they do business, how they practice, how did you get into business, what knowledge and expertise do you have? Look at their finances. Look at their history and longevity in business. Have they bankrupt 5 or 6 companies? Are they out here moving like Agent Orange? Check on them things. Ask questions. If it's ministry, you definitely want to ask questions and observe. Ask, what do you believe? What do you practice? What are your thoughts? Especially if you're a ministry leader and you're dating somebody, you better ask them what they think about being in ministry, because they inadvertently sign up for the journey if y'all together. Whether you realize it or not, hey, buddy, you coming along for the ride. And if they in ministry, you better buckle up and make sure you ready for that, because you coming along with them. Either way, ask the questions. It'll save you a whole lot of trouble and heartache. It'll save you a whole lot of hardship sometimes. If somebody's asking you to borrow money, when you gonna pay me back? What means do you have to pay me back? If it's somebody that's always borrowing money, why you always need to borrow money? What's going on with your finances? Because this seems to be a habit and a pattern and not just a one-off or an emergency situation. Watch where you sow your money. My uncle taught me, if you don't have it to give, don't lend it. And I stand on that. Because would I like it back? Absolutely. But I know sometimes people don't have the means to give it back. So if I'm in a position to help and I can, I'll just give it to you. I'm not going to let you borrow something that I immediately need back that's going to put me in a bad situation. Don't do that to yourself. But again, if it's somebody that's constantly needing to borrow money, ask them, why you always need money? Why your finances are always a mess? Do we need to sit down and have a talk about this? People coming to you all the time asking you to pray for them. When you going to learn how to pray for yourself? Yes, I'm an intercessor, but where's your relationship at? You don't know him? You want me to talk to you for him, but you don't know him? You can't get a prayer through? We got a bigger problem. We're going to keep it all the way real. We're going to do some things differently this year. We're going to be more intentional about where we put our treasure, about the things we lend ourselves to. Because a whole lot of us are wore out and tired because we're doing more than we should be. We like David out here fighting battles that we ain't have no business being in, and all our stuff is getting captured. Hello, somebody. Your energy is captured. Your peace is captured. Your sanity is on the back of somebody's wagon, chained up. Your health is captured because you battling things you ain't have no business touching. God told you, leave it alone. Take your hands off of it. Let them do it. Move out the way. Let it go. But you still want to. Okay. You better learn how to sit it down. Sometimes that's why we don't feel like ourselves. Because we weighed down carrying too much of other people's stuff. Because we've taken on their things and now we don't know who we are anymore. Because everybody else's stuff has consumed our identity. Linda said it needs more faith and respect for God. Sometimes that's the case. Sometimes it's truly a lack of knowledge and wisdom because people don't know God for themselves. So how can you have faith in someone that you don't know? When people don't know him to be faithful, it's hard for them to have faith in him. If people ain't in their word, they're not going to have faith because they're not going to know. If they're not in their word, they're not going to know him because he is the word. My little cousin used to call me all the time, pray for me, pray for this, pray for that. My friend's sick, pray for her. I said, when you going to pray for her? When you going to pray for yourself? When you going to go to church? I don't mind to pray, but you shouldn't have to call me every time you need prayer for something. Ask me to agree with you because you already praying. Not just to pray for you. Ask me to pray with you sometimes. Call me and tell me you praying for me. That would be nice. I got my people that do and that I know they are, but still, it don't never hurt to know that somebody's thinking about you and lifting you up in prayer, especially when you've been covering them for 11 years. I remember my friend LaQuay. Y'all, that's my homie. He's not on social media a whole lot, but that's my homie. When I got saved, LaQuay was the only friend I had at the time. God stripped everybody else away. And I mean everybody. I ain't even have nobody to go chew no snacks with. And he was all the way in Ohio, up in Akron and Cleveland at the time. Me and him met probably 96, 97 somewhere in Yahoo Chat. And the same time I got saved, he was rededicating his life to Christ. And we kept in touch. We used to write each other letters. After we got off of Yahoo Chat or whatever, we stayed in touch. snail mail and the phone. This how long we've been friends, when people was on dial-up on the internet. Okay? So when I lived in Savannah, I still didn't have a whole lot of friends then, because I was freshly Holy Ghost filled, and I wasn't in the clubs no more. I wasn't really listening to secular music, none of that. But I've never been a Bible thumper and one to try to shove Jesus down people's throat. Your relationship with him is your own. If you ask me what I'm doing, I'll tell you. If you ask me why certain things, I'll tell you. Right, candy corn. He knew me when I was a wee ewe lamb. But when I moved to Savannah and I was down there wilding out, baby, he would call me, "Mother, you yet holding on?" Because he knew I was wilding out. He knew I was. That was my prayer partner. We used to pray together every week, at least probably a couple times a week, about everything. And so he would call me right when I was about to go do some dumb stuff too. "Mother, you yet holding on?" I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm yet keeping on." He said, "Okay, well, keep on keeping on. Make sure you keep on keeping on." So when I moved back to Kentucky, he was like, "Oh," he said, "Lord, I ain't never been so glad to see somebody move in my life." He said, "My knees was tired." He said, "I ain't got no skin left, no cartilage left on my knees." He said, "I ain't never prayed so hard in my life." I was like, "I'm sorry." I was like, "I know." I said, "But I appreciate you though. I appreciate you, because I know them prayers cover me, baby. Whew, I know they did. My God." It was some real questionable activity going on when I was in Savannah. But thank God for the blood and for prayers. That's them friends that dig through the roof for you right there. He one of them. He a strong soldier for the Lord. But I appreciate that, because yeah, I was praying, but I wasn't praying like I needed to, and I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. I was wilding out. I was 9.5 hours away from everybody I knew and loved. I was away from home for the first time. Okay, y'all do the math. But even in that, you know, I had some good folks that was covering me and praying for me, and knew that the Lord had some things for me to do on the other side. So, hey, Potter, you know, question the folks that you allow into your inner circle. Don't be so welcoming and inviting to let everybody in, because everybody does not have your best interest at heart. Everybody is not there to see you be successful. Some people are just leeches and mooches. Some people want to ride your coattails for clout. Some people want to ride with you because they don't have access to where you're going. They can't sit at the tables you sit at without your invitation. Hello. Some people are just attracted to you because of the treasure that they see in you. They don't want to help maintain it, boost it, add to it. They just want to take. They want to skim off the top. They like dollar bill. They, you know, they see you making money. They feel like, oh, they entitled to a piece of that. They see you doing something. Oh, I want to come too. Ain't put in no work, ain't labored with you, ain't done nothing, but think they supposed to have access to everything you got access to. Don't do it. You better check these folks. Check their credentials. I don't know why these messages keep coming through when my phone is on do not disturb, but sorry. And this random spam stuff that keep popping through. The devil is a liar. But anywho, I was about to tell y'all something else and I don't forget what it is. I'll remember it later and tell y'all next time. Oh, I know what it is. Yes, I will definitely pray for you, Potter. I was thinking about you because I hadn't seen you for a while. Got my eyes on you. Just because I ain't there in the city don't mean I don't know what's going on, sir. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, you know, this year, be intentional about the connections you make, about protecting you, being sure that the people who are in your camp are for you, that they're there to pour into you, to be your Aaron and Hur, to hold your arms up when you get weary, to speak life into you, to dig through the roof to get you to Jesus. Make sure that they are people deserving of those spaces and those places in your life. And I'm not saying be nasty to folks. I'm not saying be bougie or stuck up. I'm saying be intentional. Because this year is going to be different. It's going to be better. It's going to bring some of the opportunities that you've been praying for. But if you got the wrong people around you, and the wrong people speaking into your ear, the wrong people speaking over you, or speaking the wrong things over you, you might miss out on the things that God is trying to get to you. They might end up delayed again, because he already answered it the first time you prayed for it. Excuse me. But it's some things in the atmosphere causing it to be delayed. It's some people in your atmosphere causing it to be delayed. So let's clean that up. Be intentional about protecting us this year. This us. Interior us. Mental us. Emotional us. People are always like, I'm protecting my peace. What does that look like? Do you even have peace to protect it for real? Do you have true peace? Or are you just saying that because you got an ignorant baby mama or baby daddy and you don't want to deal with them and work through the issues that you need to work through? Do you truly have peace? Because if you have the peace of God, can't nobody shake that. You're going to govern yourself accordingly so that you don't allow people into your space with a bunch of foolishness and nonsense to disrupt the environment that he's giving you to thrive in. So they don't disrupt you getting back to your normal or the place that God is trying to take you. Imps and spirits and demons are always out seeking who they can destroy. That's the devil's job. He's always trying to knock you off your game to deter you from getting all that God has for you. And he worked through people. So watch the folks around you. If you're not feeling like yourself, question why. Is it because of who I'm hanging around? Is it because of the things that they're saying to and about me? Is it because of the environments that I've been putting myself in? Is it because of who I allowed to speak over me and into me? And sometimes even who you allow to pray for you. So be careful about that too. If you've been feeling off, take a minute to do an inventory. Excuse me. Some of it may be because of life circumstances and happenings, but some of it may be who's in your orbit. Okay? So I'm going to let y'all get out of here because it's almost 9 o'clock and I done kept y'all long time. Love you long time. But thank you for coming to hang out with me and kick it with me for these self-care Sundays. Don't forget to share this page with somebody else because, again, I'm trying to grow and increase my reach and my following, not just because I want a bunch of people to follow me, but because people need to take care of their whole selves. So share it with somebody. If you have been to any of my events, if you watch Self-Care Sundays regularly, if anything that I've done has been beneficial to you, please leave me a review. let the other folks know so when they come, they know I'm legit. You know, I do got a couple letters after my name, but, you know, we like to know firsthand from other people who've experienced the thing. All right. Y'all have an amazing week. Come back and kick it with me. I'm going to be dropping some other things during the week. I'm going to try to do more short lives or pre-recorded things for you guys so that they're on the page after they take down the lives, and post some other stuff for you guys too, just to kind of help you out throughout the week. Don't forget the Self-Care Sundays folder has all kinds of goodies in it. The link is up on the page somewhere. I think if you go to the page, I'll pin it because I don't know where it is, but I'll pin the link so you guys have access to that folder. If you've been around for a while, you know it's there. If you haven't, it's good stuff in there. So go get it, download it, print it out.